Pilot associations in India are angry with the preliminary report on the Air India 171 crash, primarily because they believe the investigation is biased toward pilot error and lacks transparency and inclusivity of experienced pilots in the process. Key points of conflict: presumption of pilot error. The Airline Pilots Association of India, or ALPA, and the Indian Commercial Pilots Association, or ICPA, have strongly rejected what they see as a presumption of pilot guilt, arguing that the report's tone and direction suggest investigators are rushing to blame the crew before the full investigation is complete. ALPA insists on a fair, fact-based inquiry and has demanded that pilot representatives be included as observers to ensure accountability. Incomplete evidence. The preliminary report revealed that the fuel supply to both engines was cut off shortly after takeoff, causing the aircraft to plummet. Cockpit voice recordings captured one pilot questioning the other about cutting the fuel, but the report did not explain why the switches were moved. Pilot groups and aviation experts criticized the selective release of a single, out-of-context sentence from the cockpit voice recorder, calling it misleading and a disservice to the crew. Lack of transparency. Associations have raised concerns about the secrecy surrounding the investigation and the exclusion of qualified line pilots from the investigative team, which they say undermines credibility and public trust. Dismissal of technical factors. Pilot groups argued the report focuses too much on possible human error while allegedly ignoring potential technical or maintenance issues, such as a serviceability bulletin regarding the fuel control switch gates. They demand clarity on whether recommended maintenance actions were implemented before the flight. Rejection of suicide speculation. The ICPA has condemned media and public speculation about pilot suicide as reckless, unfounded, unresponsible, and deeply insensitive, emphasizing that such claims have no basis in the current evidence and violate professional ethics. The International Federation of Airline Pilots Associations, or IFALPA, has also weighed in, stating that the preliminary report raises more questions than answers, and that any conclusions drawn from it are premature. The global body warned that speculation could harm the investigation and the dignity of the profession. In summary, pilot associations are angry because they believe the preliminary report unfairly targets the flight crew, lacks transparency, and ignores systemic factors, all while the investigation is still ongoing and final conclusions have not been reached.